Warning: this video is intended for audiences who are 13 or older. If you are not 13 or older, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online.
Anyway, so I guess we just spent about
Hey, all right,
11
hey,
minutes, 13
back to the
minutes talking about
multiverse.
anything
Hey,
other than what we're here
we're
for.
we're coming back. It's Ryosangata Riko, the last, John Mosho Twashi, whatever the
Ryosangata
fuck.
Riko, Saigo no Puramo Joshi no Kumitate Ki. Yeah, it's
That's
the
it, the
last
last.
one.
It's
So
and
far
look,
as we can
look, just like
believe.
Neon Genesis, Evangelion. This is the end of the trilogy, right? This is the 3.0 plus 1.0, right? They're not making any more after this, all right? All right, I don't. We're
Yeah,
done. We're
God
done.
willing, this is the end of it.
All right, man. I really hope next year when I'm on Twitter, when I'm still on Twitter or X, if it hasn't burned down yet by that point, right?
It's probably
Right?
burned
Is
down
that
already.
yeah, and I go to the Rico and I go to the Rico account. They won't seemingly advertise like, hey, season 4 coming out soon,
It
right?
really
I
feels,
hope I hope.
it's so strange because out of all of the things that we've watched, which again tangentially because of Power Rangers, Rico being the one to get 3 seasons through and a strangely expansive lore and narrative, you could not have paid me to guess that. I thought
Right,
this would
I
just
was
be,
expecting Gundam, right?
yeah,
Like, if you think,
or
I thought
even
Gundam was gonna be like.
High School Heroes. It just, hey, it's a thing for
I think with High School Heroes, they just kind of ran out of things to do.
Yeah, I mean,
Man,
What else can we really do?
look. You can always be the college school hero, right?
I
It probably
I
doesn't have
mean,
the same ring to it,
yeah,
right?
but were they even seniors? I don't remember.
Were they?
But the fact of the matter is, it just they could have done more fucking characters. I don't know, talked more about his missing dead dad or whatever, some shit like that. It just felt
Right?
like
They could have,
out of all of
they
the
could have pulled a Sentai thing where every year it's just a new group of student,
yeah
that keeps having the same high school
out of
problems,
all of
But every
these.
year, they change like the Red Ranger
Yeah,
to right. They
to an
start
even
counting
more
up.
obscure, weird old Red Ranger.
Right, they do the next season, right?
It just
Instead,
it
right?
just
Yeah.
feels like this had all of the potential to be a very, you know, lazy, uh, half-assed vehicle just to promote some idol shit, and I don't think I learned a goddamn thing about any other than the Idolmaster shit. I didn't learn a goddamn thing about Nogizaka 46 or whatever, and the fucking actresses and idols and shit out that were in here. They that was completely tangential. I never fucking really. It was not in any way shoehorned in enough to. There's a lot of Bandai merch shoehorned in, but
That's most of what it is.
yeah, I'm just saying it turned out to be a relatively well thought out and more thought out than it probably needed to be vehicle for just okay.
Selling model kits?
Yeah, model kits and stuff instead of being, I don't know. It's a Rico has been such a weird, I guess, treat at this point. Out of everything that we watch,
Right, yeah, I know. Like, it's really weird how this show was structured, right? Right, because this show was just a show about hey, I'm either a new worker, I'm a business owner, or now I'm a girl living back at home,
yeah,
having actual problems. Then we just at some point we just halfway or towards it we just stop everything we're doing to all right, let's build a model kit now, right?
No matter where you are in life, you can always stop and build a model kit.
that is an interesting point to it, right? It just kind of became a reverse, instead of building up the character over time and watching her as she gets older, coming back to it, it's well, actually, as every progressive season goes, it turns out the answers she should have turned to even earlier should have always been model kits,
Yeah.
actually.
Model
Yeah,
kits are the
right.
answer for
Yeah,
everything. Spend money,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only you had started building the end all like moral of the story by the end of the last season is, see, Riko, if you had just started building model kits at this point in your life, you wouldn't have had to build model kits at the first season at the latest part of your life.
Right, but it doesn't matter because every season, they got you, but saying, oh man, all right, she learned everything she needed to learn. What can she like if they do a hypothetical season? What can she do next? It's just oh nope, just new Rico. It's new Rico. That's it. Same face, but different, literal different
It's the
cosmic
opposite of Doctor Who.
multiverse point. Right.
Oh, what? Yeah,
We
where Doctor Who
Instead of new face.
yeah, it's the same face, but it
Same
keeps
face,
but he keeps
Also,
changing.
still doing like the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, like if you ever asked me how we were gonna do a season 2 of Rico, like at least with like all the other shows, right? We had to review in the you could have guessed like how they could have done it, right? Like all right, next school year, new group of girls to do a stupid death game, right, with their shitty plastic guns,
Yeah.
right? Like you could have figured it out, but like after like when Rico was like after season, I was like, man. I guess she learned everything she needs to learn through model kit.
She's managed to get
right?
like, all the way through her. She's had her sort of, coming of age moment, or I guess learning the lesson of this season. Like, got her life together through the power of model kits and hobby stuff, and then it was like, well, I guess that chapter's closed.
Model kits are just
Yeah, we can't really go back to this, you know, right?
How do I relate to kids? Model kits.
Yeah.
How do I get to know my family? Model kits.
How do I help my my sister get a divorce with her husband, who's also the guy that I liked in the first timeline?
Model kits.
Model kits.
How do I
Right, yeah.
My sister decide her future? Model kits.
How do I help my coworker meet a girl? Model kits. It's a very it's such a I mean, when you look back at it like that, it feels like such a simple formula, and then they just went and made things, I don't know if it was needlessly complex, but weirdly, like,
It was kind of complex, but weirdly simple at the same time.
yeah.
It's somehow they managed to create an entire story where the answer is just, I don't know, build a model kit.
Yeah, but it's like the problems themselves weren't so much like that crazy. It's just the way that each season structured it, from the just regular like 9 to 5 workplace setup, then to a startup company in like a WeWork, and then just to the Japanese countryside and like trying to sort out your life over summer vacation. It just it became so much more. Also trying to figure your life out during summer vacation after your grandfather just died.
How to cope with death.
Right? Like, it's just a really crazy fucking thing of like, I mean, I get like, hey, we're gonna have this one episode where like, I guess like, we've run out of regular ways to like portray these issues, so what if the spirit of your grandfather inhabited the boy from your hometown that still kind of has a crush on you but actually is just like kind of delusional, and it just turned into that's how we introduce this character and have you build model kits. And it's like, well,
I do think that it did an overall good job of, at some point watching this show, somewhere at some point you probably saw it and went, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And at least thought about buying a model kit.
You either went, that's cool, or went, oh, I know that one. That's a thing I've like,
so it's
followed.
Good, somewhat marketing to a
Yeah.
point, because at some point during in the show, during 3 seasons, they went, we got you, didn't we?
Yeah.
We got you.
You know what's I mean, I guess it's not really, they didn't,
I guess they got you.
No, I know, but I was gonna say,
you like girls?
what I mean, what's the most they could have done? I mean, there's plenty of other I feel like Bandai model kit like collaborations they could have done, right? They could have done. I mean, they obviously could have done more Kamen Riders, but they could have done like, but they didn't do. They didn't do current season Kamen Rider. Well, I guess do current season Kamen Riders even have Bandai model kits? Most of them are
For
early
Figure
Heisei,
Eyes,
right?
no. I think they're still. I think for Figure Eyes, they're just going back and
Yeah,
doing
'cause
like a bunch
it's.
of like older
I
seasons.
mean, have they even gotten to like double?
I think the latest Figure Eyes is 01, I believe. I don't.
Okay, I mean,
Right? Figure.
well, not Figure Eyes, but well, yeah, I guess the Figure Eyes are the kits, right?
Yeah, no, yeah. The line is Figure Eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just. Okay, no, Saber. I guess Saber has a model kit.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess Saber might be the latest. Yeah, because I don't think Geeks, Revice, or Gav or any of them,
Yeah.
Godchart or any of them has a model kit.
Okay.
Yeah, right. I guess Saber is like the latest one.
I guess they could. I'm
Right.
just thinking like they could have done like the because aren't the Bon Presto like Dragon Ball like model kits Bandai?
No, Bob Presto is another brand.
Is it a completely different brand? I thought the Bon and Bon Presto was Bandai. Oh shit.
Is it? Is wait is oh wait Bob Presto is a the oh wait is it part of Bandai? Bandai does distribute. Oh no, yeah, it is. Okay, it is
Yeah.
part of Bandai.
Yeah. So like they
Okay.
didn't. I'm just saying we didn't get to like a Super Saiyan. I'm looking on Amazon now at Figure Eye Standard Super Saiyan Vegito. Like
Vegito? It is Vegito.
it is Vegito.
Just, it's a Vegito.
Yeah.
Is
Vegito.
it like a Cheeto? Is it like a vegetable Cheeto?
You know, it just feels like
I mean, the choices that they chose throughout the show were strange, right? Like they weren't. I mean, like some of them were advertising like the latest kit, like the kaiju number 8 stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, this is the latest stuff on the market, right? But like they were actually, I like stuff like how like Kamen Rider, Sentai, Ultraman, right? Like they have to promote the latest.
Appeal to everyone.
Right, yeah, they were actually going go over the place and be like, all right, it's just good enough for us, you know, right? It's more what the show needed to advertise, right, as opposed to what as to what they were saying, like where we're like bad. I'm like, hey, put this in, right, write this one in, yeah, you know, right. Here's a list of stuff we need to promote. Pick from these, right, and to see which one is good enough for you, right?
yeah.
It's a little.
Right,
There's
for
something
fe-
for everyone at some point.
Right. Yeah. Well, which I thought like the show's picks up for this season were good, right? Like everything that they chose were, with the exception of like the Code Geass one, where I'm like, boy, man, I don't think this is a problem. But I understand what type of analogy you guys are going for with this, but I don't think this is it.
Yeah,
You
there
know.
was some. I mean, what was the Code Geass one? It was that. It was
when her house were being sold, right?
Yeah, and finding the way to. Oh right, she needed to find her own sense of justice within.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! What a fucking
Wow.
well, that one was a real reach.
Yeah, you know, right? Yeah. Right, but like I think like the majority of the seasons that they picked this year was like were good picks for like the show's narrative, what they need. Like, hey, kids love kids love playing in the dirt, you know, right?
Yeah, let's
put some.
I will say the out of just comparing this season to other seasons, I think this was the most
Diverse?
Diverse spread. Even if some of them were repeats,
Yeah.
like.
I mean, I
with-
also like the fact that this season it was more actually like picking model kits for the situation,
Yeah.
right? That they needed, right? Because season 1 and 2 were kind of like we're kind of there.
It was just kind of whatever
Right.
whatever the random person's interests aligned with, and it just kind of went to that. And if it was somebody that didn't have any interest, it was just, I don't know, let's throw it at them and see what they just give them a challenge. This kind of went back to making it more topical to the issue,
Right, yeah, and to the narrative of the episode,
like
right?
the initial D1 talking being about her driving and the
Man. Yeah, that mountain. How the fuck can I get to that mountain? You know, when driving is hard. You know, when I don't have access to. Right.
Yeah,
That's the closest
the
thing for me to
fossil
do.
thing with her nephew. I mean, again, the Code Geass one was a reach, but I got like that was the point, and it's like I guess, man, that I will say that the Area 11 double entendre that came up was like a real fucking like that was a real mind fuck of wow, okay, so this was all one big setup for this one payoff of this one thing. We created a new city, we renamed the city in Japan, uh so that it would work for this like one reference that people would get if they know about Code Geass, and if they don't, they're about to learn today.
Right? Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's what I said. I do enjoy the premise of this season more. Right?
Yeah.
Because it also that we weren't restricted again back to the office settings. Right? Like I understand what they were doing in season two. Like, oh yeah, hey, she's no longer an employee of a company. She's now the boss of a
Well,
company. Ooh,
it is
we.
interesting when you think about it in comparison to this year's Rico versus where we started. Technically, where we started, we were at the tail end of COVID, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so they still probably had some level of like filming restrictions, I would assume. So they probably like tried to keep it more isolated, to just like indoor places versus like this one where they're kind of just out. I mean, this is still very much the town in this season very much still felt like a fucking ghost town, where like these like if you told me that this was fucking purgatory, not even Lost style, but
Oh
like
man,
all it's
is this a SpongeBob reference?
I was gonna say
Are they gonna?
this is like the theory that all those people have about like Ed and Eddie, where it's like they're the reason why there's nobody else in the cul-de-sac because they're all dead. All these kids are dead. Like if they just told me that this whole fucking like the family and Yasan is the fucking Grim Reaper taking
Is
guiding them
Chiron
through
right?
the last journey.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's weird. Uh.
But
Yeah.
uh, it's definitely. I mean, I guess we have to compare. At this point, there's enough Ricos to compare this Rico to the other two seasons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And certainly from a, I would say from a narrative perspective, I think this was probably the most relaxed one. Like this one didn't stress, like wasn't as stressful in terms of just like what the plot was focusing on. Every time it was like the business stuff, it was like immediately you went, "Oh god, Japanese business life? Fuck this. Oh my god, everybody's going to lose their job if we don't make this sale," or "Oh, we've got to, establish our startup company. Oh Jesus! If we don't, we're kicked out of dog run. Totally not a
Mm-hmm.
dog fighting ring."
Right. All right. Oh man, is this topical? Is this what people like to listen and hear about? Yeah, right? People love corporate stuff, right?
Yeah,
That's what they're all into. Yeah.
I just I wish that we had gotten, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think that
Right. Yeah.
I guess wait, we started on the Barbatos, right? And then
Yeah.
did we also do the Aerial this season?
No, Ariel was last
Was last
season.
season. Okay. So we got
Yeah.
out of everything that we had Barbatos, uh we had dinosaur model kit. Let me look at all. Let's look at what we got. Man, the problem is nobody's fucking paying attention to this shit, so we have to look this up ourselves to try and
Hold on, let me see. It's in the. I have all the model kits on the, in the photo too.
oh,
Is it then we got Idol. We got an Idol
oh
girl.
yeah, that one. We got Idol Girl, so that's a repeat.
Let me see. Where was it? Where's all the fucking Where's all the goddamn screenshots that I had to take? Boop boop. Let's see. So we start off with All right, we start with Barbatos. Then we want to a dinosaurs. Episode 3 was
Idol.
Episode 3 was the idol. 4 was the gold Gundam thingy
Oh,
from her grad.
Yakushiki, yeah. So we got
Yeah.
okay, so they got the one for so that was the dad. So we had
Uh,
Rico's one was the
5
first one,
was
the nephew, then the mom, then the dad, Then the
5 was the initial D.
okay, initial D.
Right.
Then 6 is the sister, the older sister with the divorce.
Mm-hmm.
So that one
Uh,
was Mecha Godzilla.
no, 7 is
no,
Kaiju number 8.
6 was what was the one between the sister and
Oh no, 6.
and her.
Oh no, 6 was the divorce.
Yeah, but what was
6
the
was her sister. The fucking the 3-prong guy. Fuck.
Oh
what's his
yeah,
name?
the fucking the premium Gundam, the P Bandai kit spent on a fucking couple that's gonna get a divorce. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So that,
that's the cause. The root of all divorces, by the way.
Yeah.
P Bandai.
yeah, I mean,
Right, yeah.
I mean that's hey, my kit's been staying locked up, and I'm happily not. I'm happily in a relationship, so that's how things work, I guess.
Right. Then we follow by Kaiju number 8.
P-Band, I want. Yeah.
Yeah. Kaiju number 8 was episode 7.
Yeah. Then,
Episode 8 was Kiryu. Was
yeah,
Mecha
that was with
Godzilla.
the younger sister. Then 9.
9 was called Geass.
Yeah.
Right.
To find her middle, and then 10 was the Dendrobium. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I guess this was probably the heaviest. Was this the heaviest on like Mecha this season? Because we got 3 Gundams, 4 Gundam kits, plus Code Geass.
No, we got 4 Gundam kits. Yeah,
And then Mecha Godzilla, making it 6. The other 4 were just kids dinosaur shit. Fucking
Idol,
fucking
a car,
and then Kaiju number 8.
Kaiju number 8.
Yeah.
Right.
It just it was there was a variety, but it definitely felt like they had run out of ideas that they could get a collaboration. Because I've got to assume to some extent they have to go through they have to go through the licensing with the various distributors.
Yeah, with the various titles.
The source material of hey, can we use your Gundam kit so that we can talk about, or can we use your Dragon Ball kit so we can talk about Dragon Ball? Can we use your Gundam kit so we can talk about Gundam? Can we use your Idolmaster? Even though these are our properties, there are some level of ownership in Red Tape, and so maybe that's what happened.
Right.
But it's also
I mean, I'm looking at season 2 again, and season 2 was kind of worse. Season 2 only had 2 non-mechas.
Okay.
Right. It was the stupid Japanese castle and Kamen Rider. Right. So I'm looking at season. I'm going through my files. Season 2 was 10 model kits. Everyone except Kamen Rider and the fucking Japanese castle wasn't a mecha.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. So.
Oh, actually no, 3 because there's also a.
Was Ultraman not
the
in season
diorama?
2? I thought.
No, Ultra was season 1.
Okay. Hey, we didn't get our third. I mean, I guess technically by Mechagodzilla they included, technically by 3 degrees of separation. Technically, we broached Shin Godzilla, so we created the trifecta.
Right. But I don't think Shin Godzilla had a model kit made for it.
Maybe it does.
Right.
I feel like it would.
I mean, season 1 still had the most different of I mean, to be fair, Ultraman in season 1 wasn't even Shin Ultraman. It was an Ultraman from the Netflix show.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think So I think season 2 still had. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Season 2 definitely had the same amount of variety as season 1.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Season 3 had the same amount of variety
as season 1. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Let me
So,
see if I can upload all these.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is more of a vehicle to sell not only model kits, but the concept of, look how fun this hobby is, let's go play with model kits.
And it can relate to your life.
Yeah, and honestly trying to sell it, I guess, to an audience that might not necessarily, I guess,
Be into this
be
stuff,
into it.
right?
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also when you think about who's the primary consumer of like idol culture
Oh
shit.
god, like I said, man, this show is still fucking weird. Like, man, well, who's the market for this?
Yeah.
Right?
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but here we go with just one more thing of, oh yeah, oh this is great. These are great shots. Yeah, the first one, the
Yeah, yeah,
first
yeah.
season's one. Yeah, and then the second season.
Yeah, like I said, everything's a fucking robot in season in
Yeah.
season
Oh
two.
right,
In season two.
it ended with Votoms in season 2, because she went into a fucking model kit competition.
Yeah, against our favorite Tiger Boy,
Yeah.
right? You know.
Uh, but yeah, it's, I don't know. I I guess, I won't say that they ran out of ideas, because clearly they had some variation. They they have a seemingly limited pool to pull from, so they went with what they knew and what was like most popular, which is always going to be like gunpla first and foremost. It's just, it's it's interesting the choices they made on which kits to pick and how to use them as like,
Story.
yeah, story bits, and like to express like, oh well, this relates to your life this way, and here's the metaphor that you learn through this thing. It's like, I
Wouldn't have
guess,
thought about it that way.
I
but
guess,
okay.
man, like the Hyakushiki isn't the only golden like mobile suit, but I think is more of like, because it's also older, the oldest golden like mobile suit is like, hey, you're old, so is this fucking thing. What what did you, what doesn't this bring back the past for you? Uh, just a very, I don't know, man. It was a weird. It's been a trip. It's been a fucking trippy thing, especially with Ghost Grandpa.
all right. Should we get into talking about the characters now and fucking everything,
Sure.
right?
Yeah. I mean, just specifically talking.
I mean, to fair, we only really have to talk about them technically there's like three characters we can talk about.
I mean, Yasan and Ao
One.
are the same in this, right? Yasan and Ao are the
Yeah.
same, and we
They're
really,
one entity.
the main ones that really we have to talk about are like the family. Like, yeah, okay, we have what's his face that becomes a grocery store idol boy, and I think Asahi, who becomes the hometown boy that has a crush on her, right? Those people exist, right? The brother who's the brother-in-law, who in the last one was her brother, who in the one
First
before
one.
that was her crush, doesn't fucking matter. He shows up, he gets divorced, he gets kicked out, he's going to space, launch his ass in the fucking moon. I don't care. The Komukai family dynamic was certainly an interesting change from like having Riko be kind of alone and never really like explaining what her home life was, other than being a, single female, either
Working person.
working woman, either in a company that's already established or trying to get a startup running. In this one, we get to see like more.
All right, I mean, this season felt more interpersonal, right?
Yeah.
She's dealing with family member drama as opposed to the other where she was like, "Hey, these are my coworkers," like,
Yeah, like,
let's
It's
check
a lot
out my.
easier to ask
Let's,
your family to hang out than ask a coworker to hang out sometimes.
Yeah, and it's also, again, this goes back to like saying this was like the least stressful, and I didn't think about it that way, but it's definitely like, it took all the stress of like, it took away all the stress of like, not only am I trying to get along with this person, but I also have to work with them, so I need this to go well, and like, it is weird for me to like ask my coworker out to like come down this alley and go. I promise it's a totally normal store. We're just gonna go build some model kits. It's fine. Here's this old man and his child worker I promise there's nothing weird going on with them.
It's very normal, I swear.
Yeah, we just want to come over and build some model kits. But, like, not only with it being, like, just breaching the workplace dynamic, these are all people that literally, in the context of the story, have known each other roughly all their lives. You know, because they are family, you know, all of them know each other. There's no which adds a certain level of comfort and familiarity, but also it's them trying to acquaint with each other following like the grandfather's death, and like assess like who each of them are as people, and like learn more about each other and where their interests go and stuff. So I think that dynamic helped a lot in terms of setting things up.
Yeah, no, yeah, I really enjoyed the character drama that was presented this episode, right? Because also everything just also made everything feel more low stake, right? You know,
Yeah, nothing.
right?
Again, nothing was hinged on like whether or not the entire
succeeds.
department fell apart, or the company
Hey, man, after it's like, man, hey, are these people gonna have to, or who's gonna have a job by the end of the season,
Yeah,
you know?
this is more of
right?
like, hey, our childhood home, by the end of it, it's like the biggest thing is, okay, our childhood home might get demolished for a fucking hot spring, but you know what? We're gonna get a payout for it, and we're all closer as a family anyway, and the house isn't the most important thing.
Yeah. Hey, look. It's like Thor said, you know. Look,
Asgard is wherever we want it to be.
Yeah, you know, Asgard
where does New Asgard locate in the MCU? Like, literally where is it supposed to be? Is it in LA? Is it in New York? Is it in America?
No, it's in Norway.
It's in Norway?
It's actually in Norway. It's like they relocate to that cliff side where it's the third second. Yeah, the third Thor movie. You know, when Anthony Hopkins is dying, saying, "Yeah, man, hey, man, this place would be fucking sick to live at. Look at this fucking cliff,
It is
you
a
know."
city-state and enclave within the nation of Norway. Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they literally relocate to that stupid cliff where Anthony Hopkins, before he dies, like, "Hey, man, I've been scouting," you know, right?
I genuinely couldn't tell because, look, I don't know a lot about Norway. I don't really give a shit about Eastern Europe. A lot of Europe I don't give a fuck about. But when I saw that sign, it just looked like a fucking like the kind of sign you'd see on like the cliffs of Maine. It looked like a fucking.
Oh yeah. No, they definitely made New Asgard a fucking tourist trap village, you know, or I know like fucking. Oh man, these fucking idiots will love our weird Asgardian fucking tradition. You know, we can sell that shit to them. You know, right? Check out this ice cream shop we made in honor of a fucking genocidal maniac. You know, right? Real fucking weird.
Try the Bifrost.
Real fucking weird.
Try the Bifrost freeze.
Slurpee drink.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, the Bifrost freezy.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that sounds sick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So anyway, yeah. I guess in terms of going down the line, I guess we should just do it in. I guess we'll ignore the nephew. He's just a fucking kid. He doesn't show up. But in terms of the other people that she of the other members that she builds with, the mom is an interesting dynamic that the parents in general, right? Parents, even last season we at least got the sibling dynamic with her and the brother. This is the first time we actually have her with like parents, and seeing the parents be like two very different people handling like this loss very differently, and also see them as two entirely different kinds of fucking weirdos. Where the mom is
right, who with both of them going through their own midlife crisis, you know,
one is getting obsessed with like a grocery store boy who gives out free samples, and the other one is picking up vaping at 58, right?
look, look! He sees all the young cool kids doing. He
was-
wants to be a young
It was
cool kid.
Grandpa's
He
favorite
wants his
vape. Now I must vape from it.
right. Like this is what the youth are doing. I want to be cool with the youth too. You know, right? Yeah.
And so those are two very weird but interesting characters to introduce. That was a nice dynamic. Putting Riko as the middle child was also an interesting choice because it made her have an older sister and younger sister
But
dynamic.
it also gives her that kind of like, she's supposed to be like kind of in the middle, kind of very normal, like
Yeah,
not one side or the other, which
Right.
is why she's the middle child.
yeah.
Right. It makes it easy to connect with everyone, I guess. Right.
Yeah, but it also
You
gave
know,
us
right? Because she ended up does being like the middle person
Yeah,
for all the big
yeah,
decisions.
the
You know,
one,
right?
the one that has to like kind. Oh, she's Frankie Muniz.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Like-
How do we not make a joke about Malcolm in the Middle of this
Because
entire?
we didn't talk about how she's the middle child till now.
Yeah, I guess not. I mean, also even in Malcolm in the Middle, technically he's actually not the middle child because there is that one older brother who I learned very late is not Neil Patrick Harris, even though he looked very much in my mind like Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh yeah,
At the
man,
time.
hey, safe thought. Don't worry. I thought that too for a good bit.
Thank God.
You know,
okay, cool. I'm not crazy.
yeah. There were certain points, you know, as a kid, I thought that was Neil Patrick
I mean,
Harris.
it's the 90s.
'Cause-
Every blonde white dude with like short hair and a
Looked like-
skinny ass head and like body looked like Neil Patrick Harris.
right. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. The older sister was an interesting thing because she kind of became almost what Riko becomes in the other seasons, you know, like this work-driven sort of person, like
Who's learning about herself.
yeah, try to figure out like if there's a, you know, like trying to find something other than work to do, like trying to break out of that mold. And then the younger sister just became like, I guess, an expression of like following your dreams, but
Do what you want to do.
yeah, do what you want to do, but do it like in a way that makes sense. Which were both, again, interesting dynamics to see Riko come to these family members and not have it be co-workers that she needs to like learn to get along with or do it for that, but it's like to actually help them in their own stuff without necessarily
How to bond family.
yeah, but also help them like grow as people, just as their own individual selves. You know, this wasn't like I've been working in this office for like the last 2 years and I've never done anything or gone out. But now that I have model kits, I finally found a way to like socialize my coworkers, or like the only way that I can get team harmony in like my company, my startup company, is by taking each and every one of them on their one-off like trust building exercise of building a model kit.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I really think Kaide Kaide or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that was definitely the weakest part of the show. Right.
Yeah, I mean they saved her for last, and I will say for a family, a lot of the interactions are completely
Right. I do know it's supposed to be a bit because she's supposed to be a what was it? She would be Gen Alpha, Gen Z.
Oh yeah, Alpha definitely.
If she's 16, she's what? Gen Alpha? Is that it? I don't know any. I don't know any of these terms anymore. They're all confusing. You know, I don't know the difference between any of them.
She's one of
Right.
the young people.
What she's. Yeah, right. I guess it makes sense for her to be just being embarrassed. I don't care about any of this. I'm too busy on my TikTok and my Roblox. You know, right? I'm doing this stuff instead. I'm not. This is.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is lame adult talks. You know, this is not for me. You know. Right. Right. I don't care about any of this stuff. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that was the thing I was lighting up the show. I was like, man. I was like, it was like by episode 5. I was like. Man, are
Is she
we
gonna
ever
do
gonna
something?
focus
Is
on
she gonna
the?
do something other than
Is
lay on
she?
the floor and like kick her feet and just tell everybody to fuck off? Oh wait, she's a high school.
I'd be like,
I think it's just she's
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I think she was what, like the second to last focus of the show, right?
She was the.
No, second.
second to last.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, she was like the last interaction, right?
She was the last one that was somebody else's.
That had an individual focus, right? Because after that, it was
After that,
Rico.
it's
It was
Rico
actual
with the Lancelot and
and then
then the Drobium. So.
Yeah.
Which was just the whole family coming together. So, yeah, she was the absolute last piece to like come in, and yeah, I mean, it is. I guess there are moments where they're all like when they first talk about like the mom situation with the grocery store. It's like the three of them are having like their family meeting of like, oh shit, mom's got a weird thing. And like the three sisters like, okay, we gotta have a fucking family meeting about this. And dad just fucks off because, oh, I didn't get involved in this shit. And that is there are some fun times as like a group, but there's only so much that you actually got of like certain characters. But again, it's a 10-episode show.
Yeah.
Each episode is like 20 minutes. You're only gonna get so much from it. We gotta spend like 15 of them building a model kit.
We gotta spend time on the model kit itself, so it's not so much about people's problems. It's just how we can tie people's problems into the model kit.
But I think that is something that this season did better probably than last season, which is that they didn't have so much of like people's problems to like explain and like introduce and like get over.
Or they
were just like
it over building.
Right, and it was just like I don't know, just drag your fucking sibling or parent or whatever over to the fucking model shop and come work out your shit. Like, it was a much smoother, like, I guess, not barrier to entry, but barrier to conclusion, barrier to solution.
Right. Yeah. In terms of what her and her mother. Yeah. I thought that was interesting as well. Right. I think her dad was right. It's also really weird about how this show was focused because I thought this show was gonna focus on the grandfather, but right, because you think that he was the crux.
Yeah.
Right. Like the thing that got this show to be rolling. I thought this was gonna. Right. Also, one thing that really got me with this show, right, was after that. Since the grandfather died, it was gonna be feature. The show was gonna be Rico would be like every week, be like, "Hey, you wanna talk about Grandpa?" You know,
I
right?
still feel like we didn't get enough of a true conclusion to whatever the fuck is happening with Grandpa. I don't know.
I still don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, I don't know that his soul ever found true peace.
The cucumber horse.
Right, I don't understand what the fuck was going on with the grandfather. Because I thought the show was gonna be, hey, is this gonna be a weird murder mystery about like, hey man, what the fuck happened with Grandpa, you know? And then like every week Rico was gonna be in front of a whiteboard, you know, crossing the names out, right, going through the towns, right, and then having time in between all these to build a model kit, you know?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I remember what. All right. Before we get to that, I want to save the grandfather for like second to last before we get to Rico.
Sure.
Right. But yeah. So right. Yeah. So the dad. Right. He's a dad going through a midlife crisis as well. You know. Right. He's like, oh man, I've been working at City Hall as a errand boy. A guy that they get sent out to do all the stuff that no one else at City Hall wants to do. I guess.
Yeah.
Right. It kind of fucking sucks, you know. I kind of don't like this, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Taking up fucking vaping.
Yeah. Look. No. But don't worry. Hey. But these idiots don't know that I'm invested in gold right now. You know, gold's gonna go up. Yeah. You know. Right. I'm putting all my money into gold right now. These idiots.
It's the
you know. Right.
Place.
Yeah, I love these people are too busy working the 9 to 5 when they're not. But they're not investing to Nvidia or any of the industrial private prison complex right now. You know, right? That's where the real money is right now. Is what you should be investing on. Right? Look, look! I heard these private makes great centers. You know, where you want to house a bunch of people. right?
Oh boy,
Before
they
you
could just
send
move
them somewhere
around,
else.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah. I think in terms of like the family ranking, I would go older sister,
What are we ranking them on?
mom.
Our favorite ones?
No, in terms of like interaction within the story,
Oh, okay.
right? Of
Yeah,
like,
older sister I
of
think
like
is
that.
definitely top. Like she got the most interaction with.
To be fair, it was a 2-for-1 type of deal, right? Because we did, right?
Yeah, but
Because
every
the
time there
brother
was a
husband.
problem with one of the other family members, she also got brought in and was like, "Oh yeah, shit, this is fucked. Like, actually, hold on, everybody, shut the fuck up. We gotta have a family meeting and figure
Middle
this out."
child mediates.
Yeah,
Right. I think the older sister definitely was the best in terms of like Rico problem in
yeah.
order to go through, right?
hmm
Yeah.
I think
Then I think.
the dad was second. I I would put it as a coin toss, honestly, between the older sister and the dad, because the dad's arc had that surprise twist where we came to realize, like, oh, he's actually the son that married into the family and took the last name of the family, right? And, like, just had that much respect for, like, the grandfather, like, became, like, his, I guess, essentially adopted son slash situation. And that's I mean, that was a surprisingly nuanced, like, dynamic to give his character with the rest of the family.
Right.
So I would put him second at least. Then I guess.
The mother, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know we said the sisters one was.
I don't know, the mother is just like, I like this child who works at the grocery store. It's a little weird.
Yeah, I know we said the sister was, like, the weakest because she came at the end. But honestly, the mom's was just, like, really sad. Like, it just got really fucking, like, depressing when you think about it. Where it's just like, I have nowhere else to
I mean,
put
also
my
does
energy.
man, look,
All of my
right?
children
You know,
are
at first I
leaving me.
thought it was empty. It was empty nest syndrome, whatever. But then we found out, like, hold on, wait. The younger sister still lives here.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Did she forget? Man, look,
but
I understand. I said she doesn't want to be involved, but she still lives at the house.
Yeah,
You
still
can't
have
just
a daughter
ignore
to,
her.
like, talk to and stuff. And
Yeah, she's still here for like at least another 2 years.
Yeah.
Right. Right, you can't just ignore her, right? Ignore for the two responsible older ones, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the mother was. I was like, yeah, it was really weird, No, once again, this family does. It does not that this family only really talks about their problems to the point where they need to make a superficial meeting to discuss their problems, right?
Yep.
Right? They should just be talking about like normal people, like, hey, I think this is really bad, right? I don't know why we have to go through this weird process every single time, if we want to confront our problems like this, right? And we should just talk this out like normal people. Like
Yeah.
we don't have to be doing the weird Kumakai, the 5th annual for the 48th official Kumakai family meeting
family crisis analysis.
Nobody said it's Samuel.
situation.
It's just
Right.
it's-
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should just talk about this like normal people, like mom has a problem, mom is sad, all right? We should really do something about this.
That also
You
has a
know.
problem. Maybe drinking.
Yeah, drinking, smoking, investing in gold,
Something. Something's a problem.
possibly neglecting his wife to the point that she has an obsession with the grocery store boy. It's it's an interesting. It's definitely. I think I would actually rank the sister as higher than Rico. I mean, higher than the mom. But yeah.
Yeah.
Now we get to Grandpa.
All right. Yeah. All right. That the crux, the one, don't wear all this mess. So like I said, I was so right. The way from the first episode, right? You thought there was gonna be an episode based around him,
Nope.
right? And after he dies, right? You're gonna find out like his family secret, right?
Biggest secret was
Rico
that he had
has
a
like
fucking
reunion.
dendrobium in the fucking attic.
Yeah,
Fuck
hey,
every
look,
quarter.
that's a, look, that's a, what, 400, 300?
400 and I mean, depending on shipping. If you have to ship it, that's one thing. But if you get it in stores, it's a 450 plus dollar kit.
Yeah, he just secretly had a $500 model kit he hid from the family, right?
Yeah.
Like, we should not be asking the mom,
Yeah.
right? We should not be asking the mom, hey, why is our grocery bill so high this month,
Yeah.
Right? Like, why is there just like a $500 gap this month in the family bank account, right?
Why am I
What the
not allowed
fuck?
to go up to the attic anymore?
Yeah.
What's Grandpa hiding up there? Yeah, I don't understand the grandfather throughout this entire season. That right? I don't understand. Right? Because I thought this the whole show was gonna be based around him, and every week would be like, hey, we gotta remember Grandpa's lesson to us, for the sake of the family. But it's just like he doesn't. He's not really involved that much, right? With the exception of the episode where he does become involved, but he doesn't even become involved with the family. He becomes involved with some random guy that wants to get into the family, right? It's not his spirit every week that's being like, hey, talk to your mom, right? Hey, right? Hey, remember, right? Don't neglect it's not his spirit coming out every week being like, hey, I think your mom's really sad. You should talk to her to find out what's up. Right? Like it's just his. I don't understand the grandpa's purpose throughout this entire because his laws, the rules. I also don't understand the rules and logic of how he actually operates within the show. Sometimes he's a ghost.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's a spirit.
Sometimes he's visible. Sometimes he's not.
Sometimes he's a cucumber horse.
Never does he speak. He does not say a single
Right. Sometimes he can become a ball of light that can possess a guy.
Yeah, that can possess an
Right.
entire other person.
Right? I don't understand his actual role within the show, right? Of what he's actually supposed to achieve for this family, right? Ignoring the fact that before he died, he may or may not have sold the house and told no one about it. That would explain how he managed to buy a $500 Gundam,
Yeah.
right? Ooh.
He is Grandpa. He might have forgotten.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think the grandfather's role throughout the show was extremely strange,
It really
right? I
did
didn't
feel like
understand.
We kept Grandpa's character around for the sake of, well, we want to keep.
Just a reminder.
Well, yeah, but also we want to keep all these actors that we've had since the beginning, and so let's make sure that we find a way to keep our guy around every now and then and just sprinkle him in.
Yeah.
It was a very strange use of that character, I would say.
Yeah, right. Like
It had no reason to be as
like he has no reason to exist after the first episode, you
Right.
know.
But
Right? I'd be like,
became
yeah, man, he
increasingly
died.
More like a weird part of the show where he just especially when we got to the Asahi part, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's just watching over his family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just really weird. I don't understand the grandfather by the end of the show.
Yeah.
Right.
But then by the end of the show, the real thing is that somehow this didn't end in like a end of Evangelion, Devilman Crybaby situation where once again the Earth turned over and a new Riko was born. It just kind of ends with Riko being Riko, and she's like, I guess I've learned that I need to try my own thing, and then Yasan giving us, and that's another Riko for you, and there's probably more out there. Rikos are Rikos, and there's always gonna be one.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. What does that mean? I still have many questions, Yasan. Don't go.
Don't move, not yet. Look, I understand your story is a phantom. Right, and it only appears to those who needs to see it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Before we get to Yas, hey, I did enjoy. Like I said, I did like this Riko more because she's more down to earth. Right, like I said, the stakes in this show were very small. Ignoring the fact that she was gonna lose her family home, ignoring that that little hurdle, right? I did enjoy this Rico and her drama
Yeah.
and her interactions, right? In this, like, in comparison to the other, because it feels more like, oh yeah, this is relevant, right? Look, she has to talk to her mom, her dad, her sister, her cousin, right?
Yeah.
A guy who has an unhealthy relationship, who remembers a promise that they made when they were a kid. Like, hey man, if you ask me to remember something from when I was a promise, like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't. Boy, are you holding a word? Something I said as an 8-year-old kid, as a legally binding. Like, I don't think so,
Yeah.
right? Right? Are you still in this small town? I moved. I work in the city now, right? Are you still here? Right? Yeah.
It's a strange move. Yeah. What? It's weird that the whole Rico anthology series essentially ends or continued to go further down the age, like further regress to Riko's phase in life to the point that we got to her hometown.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, I did enjoy this. I did like this Rico more, and I did appreciate her actual character conflict she had to dealt with, right? Because like I said, right, because it felt more, because it was all way more personal in terms of like interactions, right, as opposed to like having to deal with coworkers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made things a lot simpler in terms of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't understand Yasan, right? Yasan's and always weird fifth dimensional.
Yeah, we still don't. Nothing was explained nothing was cleared up or clarified.
It never will be.
It never will be. Yasan just exists as a Time Lord, traveling with his TARDIS, which is
The model shop, right?
Yeah.
Like, I felt cheated. I felt cheated with his companion for this season. I was 100% expecting a new girl,
Well,
to come in.
Sometimes a companion carries over from one season to another.
That is true.
Claire carried over from Matt Smith to Capaldi.
I guess so.
Rose carried over from Eccleston to Tennant.
I guess you got a point. You got a point there.
Donnie hung out with Tennant again when he came back. And then Black Doctor said, "I don't want to hang out with this white woman. She annoys me."
Right? Yeah. Man, look, I don't know. As the show progressed, they started playing with Yasan characters more. It's like yeah. Like at first, it was like a mysterious, like, yeah, man. I work at this back alley Gundam model kit shop. You wanna buy something, kid? Check this out. I'll give it to you for a good deal. My cousin in Uptown is my connection.
Yeah, I got kits from like 1989. Don't ask how I still have them or why I'm trying to push them on you. It's totally not because
why they're in such good condition.
Yeah, it's not because I just have completely unsellable backlog that I just have been trying to get rid of.
I think it actually plays more, right? Now that they figured out this whole weird motive, like, oh yeah, Yasan is, like what you guys said. He might just be some weird multiverse Doctor Traveler, that exists, waiting for the Rico to show up, for some reason, he has to wait for a Rico to show up in order to help her before
his duty. He must
find his Rico every time.
I would. It's. There's no reason it would happen, but I would love if at some point there's a fucking Doctor Who episode and he goes to a model kit shop and there's Yasan. There's fucking Yasan. It would make no fucking sense within either continuity, either show, but it'd just be a fucking insane crossover.
Yep.
Right.
And no one
yeah.
would get it.
Oh man. I mean, if there was an episode of like Doctor Who and there was just like a Gundam model in the back, I'd go, that's because of fucking Yasan. I'd go, Yasan sold it to him. That's proof that I'm drawing my new theory. Yasan is a fucking Gallifreyan. He's got he hasn't spent up one regeneration.
Oh man, the model shop is the TARDIS.
Yeah, it's his TARDIS. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. All right. We wrap this up. All right. I like this. I enjoy this series more. I think out of the 3 Rico show we watched, this is definitely my favorite. I enjoy this one way more.
I think it
Right?
also had
Ignore
the
this season still has its faults, obviously.
yeah,
Right?
but I think it also had the best kits all the way through and like the
Yeah.
best references. And I think because we spent as much time on the kits, we got like building them instead of like focusing on the like interpersonal like office drama. We got some really great parts of like the initial D like Yasan like racetrack set that he made, like just showing that little bit of decoration, and then the whole stop motion thing they did with the sister. There was just a lot of really cool. I think
Right, yeah,
additional
the kids were way more
touches that they put on them.
was more freedom with
Yeah.
what they did with the kit. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I did enjoy that. Yeah. Oh, I did enjoy this. Like I said, I don't understand the grandfather bits. You know, the grandfather bit is really weird. Like if that was my only negative of the show, it's just all the bits with the grandfather. I'm like, yeah, man, I don't get this grandfather. Like I feel like all the grandfather bit could have just been cut out, right? And the show probably would have been the same.
Yeah.
Would have definitely been the same by the end of it.
And the only reason that the grandfather bits kind of work is because following the second season, we now know to expect this shit to be fucking trippy as hell, and there to be weird, like, surreal shit happening. So, it did. The only thing that I'll say that it added is it reminded you not to take this too seriously, I guess. And you just, like,
Right.
went, oh, fuck, right, we are dealing with, like, an alternate timeline of this fucking girl that we've seen twice before.
Yeah,
right? Like, nothing
you know,
in here is
yeah,
supposed to really make sense.
Right.
So I would say, you know, I think in comparison to the first two, if the first two were, like, somewhere between, like, a 7, 7.5 out of 10, I think this one is a nice, solid, comfy 8. Like, it just did what it was supposed to do perfectly fine. It had its weird bits, but it was just doing it. Now, if I ranked it lower than that, if I ranked the other seasons lower than that, then maybe I'd rank this one lower. But I feel like this one is a solid point or point and a half better than the other two is my main point.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah. I think the exact. I don't remember how we ranked the show because I remember we put Rico pretty high within our Tuesday show, Power Rangers slot.
Here's what I'll say. If the
catalog.
first season was high grade and the second season was SD, that's not fair. I would say first season was entry grade. No, first season was high grade, second season was entry grade, and then third season master grade. Not perfect, not real grade, but a step above. A step above. A little bit more, a little bit bigger, a little bit better.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I feel the exact same. Like I said, I enjoyed this season way more than the other two seasons. That's for sure. Right. I think all seasons are good by themselves, but like I said, I think Rico definitely proved itself to be like out of like all the shows we put in as our season filler show. Right. Was one of the better. Was definitely the best one. Right. To come out.
All the other ones as a coherent, like, complete show. Yeah.
Yeah, right, yeah. Like I said, it did help. It also, even though it still had to sell us the Bandai kit, it wasn't really in your face about it that much, you know. Like the show is 80% drama, and only then do we get like this whole building model kit scene. Like, all right, that's your toy plug-in, you know, right?
Right.
And there's no yelling. There's no. You press a button and the device starts saying 20 lines of text. You're like, please shut up, please, just get it over. I don't need to know what the fuck the jingle is for this fucking thing, you know. Right. All right, Molly. You want to add any final words before we close it out?
Nope.
Oh, all right. All right, that's it. All right, that's it. All right, this is the end of our Tuesday show stuff that we got planned,
Yep.
right?
This is
may not come back with new stuff. Who knows, right? And like I said, hey, Hey, look, hey, see you next year for Rico season 4. Right?
Don't you've just made this a reality. You realize that, right? You've brought this curse onto some poor Rico out there is going to be transported.
Little Dewey.
Oh, oh God. Well, and with that being said, as Molly just hinted at, Ryosangata Riko, Saigo no Puramo Joshi, ni Kumitate Ki, give bath.
All right. Hey, that's
Project's
it.
complete.
All right, that's the video. All right, Kate, thanks. Bye. All right, so once again, thanks to our impeccable timing, right?
Yeah.
Of how we do this. Hey, so by the time we are recording this and this thing is getting uploaded, hey, the Power Rangers auction is ending.
Yeah,
Right?
that's-
It is man. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to that or been keeping track of
All
what's
I've heard
being
is that
sold.
things are very expensive for.
Oh yeah,
services.
man. Man, hey, look. Since we don't have no other space to talk about this, right? And this Rico still remember Rico started as a spinoff of Power Rangers for us,
Yeah,
right?
things things really spiraled out of hand pretty quickly
Right.
with Power Rangers.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
Rico
So
did, Girl Gun Lady did, High School's Heroes did.
Right, yeah, so let's so I could just I guess so it still wouldn't adjacent enough for us to keep talking about Power Rangers, but yeah. So remember that stupid blaster gun that they use in Cosmic
Yeah,
Fury
the one
that only
combo
showed up
one that they put all the things
Yeah,
together.
yeah. 87,000 it sold for.
$87,000.
Yep.
That's twice as much money than a certain person has in the bank.
Oh man, we were not able to get the thing. Yeah, it is the stuff that are being sold for their price or is I was not expecting for that stupid blaster, right? To
Yeah.
be sold
Somebody
for
really
that
wants
amount.
I guess. I mean,
Boy,
to be
I don't
fair,
know
it
who
was
the
made
fuck.
strictly. I mean, it is an original piece of made for specifically Power Rangers prop. So I guess it is pretty rare, technically speaking.
I mean, even for original Power Rangers content, I would not.
I mean, it's not.
I don't think.
Good. I mean, whether it's good or not is questionable. But the fact of the matter is, it is.
Collectible.
Yeah. I mean, it is the one and only made for. What I mean, what was it? 1 episode, 2 episodes?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because the auction is finishing up today, yesterday, or whatever the fuck. It's been real bad and real funny. Right, because they said that hey, a lot of items that they expected to sell were not selling, so they're gonna try again.
What?
Like
Okay,
next
wait.
year?
What isn't selling?
I don't remember since I no
What's
longer
the-
have access
yeah,
to
I was
the.
gonna say, what was the link for the auction?
A lot of stuff is now delisted since the auction is finishing up. So I can't figure out what the I hate the heritage auction website. It's really fucking annoying to use. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if I type in. Is this the correct? Okay. I think I got the link. All right. Try this link instead. You guys try using this link instead. See if that's better. Right. Yeah. So apparently a lot of stuff did not sell, I guess, right? Because yesterday they were doing a live auction yesterday of all the predominant stuff, right? So they said that everything that didn't get sold in this for this period, they said they're gonna try again in next year, right? And they said that they're gonna because I guess they realized that the $500 as a starting bid was not a good idea.
Yeah, it starts
So
really
they said,
fucking
hey.
low.
Yeah, that's I think so. He said next year they're gonna start with a lower bid. Based on the make offers to owner, I guess we could consider that these did not raise a lot of money.
Yeah. I'm
Right.
Seeing, okay, these are literally the only 2 things that are left are the Jungle Fury.
If you go to the view past sell items, right, that should show show it better.
View past sale items. Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird. This is
Not specific auctions. Power Rangers.
yeah, it's weird. I don't understand how this site is handled. Right,
Okay, I found it.
it's
All
really
right,
weird.
We went to past site auctions. We're looking.
Past sale prices.
Hold on, sorry. So, oh wait, I realized I posted the same link twice. There you go. I reposted the link. All right, try the second link again.
No, we found
This
we
should-
found stuff. We're looking through it now.
How much did
Yeah.
that jacket go for?
How much did that jacket go for? From the RPM group of 5. Wait, did they get 5? All 5 of them for it? Oh, that's crazy.
That's a pretty sick jacket.
Yeah, that's a pretty sick jacket. Auction info. Fucking, that's not telling me anything. Don't. Let's see. Come on, give me the.
Let's see the. I don't know if it shows the price. It's really weird. I
once
fucking
you
hate
sign
this.
in, I'm trying to look for auction results, and it's like you gotta sign in.
Yeah,
You gotta register. I'm not dragging that shit to my fucking. I just want to know.
Yeah, it's really annoying. I fucking hate this site. You know, it's fucking so
Ooh,
fucking hard to navigate.
Hold on. Offers on items sold at auction.
Okay, view lot sold. All right, I think this might be the correct link. So try using this link.
Oh boy.
Right.
We're really going into it. Yeah, no, that's the link that's where we found stuff.
Yeah. So
They've
yeah,
offered
stuff
an
did
owner
get.
$109,375 or more. Holy shit. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
God.
For that.
That is egregious.
Yeah. Also, something because I think the Jason David Frank Green Ranger suit ended up selling for $30K, I believe.
Does it come
right?
with like, boy, there's some fucked up jokes I can make.
Well, it comes with authentic Jason David Frank stain, you know,
I was
right?
gonna say, does it come with stain or rope burn?
Right. So if you looked at if you sort by highest the most expensive item of the soul was the Cosmic Fury Blaster,
Yeah.
then the Megazord, then the Jason David Frank's Green Ranger suit,
Yeah, then the
and then finally the RPM.
Jackets, which to be fair, look pretty nice.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, right. So
I
if
wish
you
I had the
right.
Thunder Megazord helmet. I would just wear that just passively, just as a normal person, just walk around and because it's just an expressionless. It's an expressionless face, right? It's just there's no eyes that can be seen. There's a mouth, so I could just look at people like a fucking freak. Oh God, Doggy Kruger. Oh Jesus Christ.
You can make an offer for $23,438.
$23,000 to
Yeah.
be a fucking nightmare.
Yeah. So I found out that even though that these people won their auction, they still haven't won the item because it's apparently just like a 2-step process, right? So they have the online auction, but they still have the in-person auction, meaning that if you just fly to Texas, right?
Yeah.
And you be like, hey, how much did that guy buy for it online? I'm gonna offer more and get
fuck
priority
you,
over
actually.
him.
Yeah, I'm actually here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know they offered that much, but I'm
here,
so...
and I have a literal cartoon briefcase full of cash.
Yeah, I have
you
a
know,
sack
right?
of bills and also many jars of pennies. Can I please have this?
Right, yeah. It has a printout money symbol on it. I'm serious, you know, right?
God, if I
About
could get
this
away
stuff.
with buying
Well, you
shit.
can just upfront pay cash. People will prefer that. Always will.
Right, yeah.
I wish I could-
Right, yeah. So even though this thing sold online for like 87,000, technically someone in person can still outbid this person and get priorities over him. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. So that's the update. Stuff I don't know what didn't sell. Right. So I guess we'll find out next year. There won't be
when
no
they
audio
try
of us
again.
talking about it next year. Right. But yeah. But I think they said they had 1,000 items that were. Wait, what was it? We did the math, right? It was.
Helmet. I could have.
It was
I
like
could be metallics. We could be fuck whatever the fuck Beetleborgs was based off of.
Yeah. Right. So yeah. So apparently, so they sold. So I think there was 1,000 items that were being listed, but if you look at the sales only 689 items actually sold. So, hey, we could try again next year to bid for something. We just have to ask a good investor to be like, hey, can we get a small loan? It's worth it, I promise.
There was a sale on. We could have gotten 3 Megazord helmets and an action shield that are, mind you, 3 pretty different fucking, like, it's the helmets for 3 different Zords from
Very different.
like we could have gotten the first turbo and then I guess the second turbo and then also
So is it so? Oh no, so that's the Omega.
Yeah.
So the second helmet is the Omega Megazord, the Omega Megazord from Lightspeed Rescue.
Oh, that's from because the V. Yeah, there we go. And then
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is the
And then
this
the-
the Mega
the-
Megazord from Mega Space
Yeah,
Megazord.
this is from this.
Yeah.
That Megazord is sick as fuck.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
Space
no,
Megazord design art.
Yeah,
Or-
I woefully lost that Megazord as a toy, and I'm mad. As
Oh
fuck.
man, I bought that. I had that for a brief period of time. It was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
And then I ended up selling it. And now I regret it.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
randomly
Oh wait, they have.
just
Oh wait.
the space shuttle that has the head in its afterburner, so I can just if you want a random Megazord head, I got you.
Oh wait, hold on, wait. No, they have pictures of the Megazord at the bottom of the list in this photo listing. By the way,
Yeah.
it actually shows where the
I could
Megazords
get
are from. Yeah, yeah.
Goldar's head. That would really upset some people.
No, just wear that
Oh god,
around.
it looks damaged as fuck.
Oh, I mean, look, these props are like over 20 years old, so man,
Oh,
it was
Goldar's
real
not doing
funny.
good. Goldar is not doing good. He looks like he's
There were
cheesy ass.
some of the Power Rangers actors were posting, right, because they did a live auction today and yesterday, right?
Uh-huh.
Like they were like some of the actors were live tweeting about, hey, all right, you got me, I lost. You wanted it more than me, you know. If you ever want me to sign it, some of the actors like, hey, if you ever want me to sign it, these are my future Comic-Con appearance, you know, right? Here's a hot
man.
link for you.
Oh man, that's fucked up, man. That means that's gotta be fucking surreal to
Somebody
like.
bids you on essentially your own thing.
Yeah, your own thing that you were in.
And then they come after me, hey, can you sign this? This was yours at
remember
one
how you
point,
wore
you know?
this?
No, just give it to me.
It's mine
Yeah, I
now.
know.
Yeah.
Right,
it
yeah.
back.
Right.
There's some.
After you're gonna sign it, then
Wait,
just take
can I
it
get
from
Alpha's head? Oh my god, I want Alpha's head. Not his body, just his head.
You passed it.
Yeah, I'm amazed that the Big Bag Beetleborg sold for
Like
so I don't know how
10,000?
much does these make. Right, no, it can't be 10,000 because I look at the red one right now. It says make an offer of 8,000 or more. I mean, I have to assume it sold. One sold the auction for at least like 7,500, 7,000 or something.
Yeah.
Or 8,000 if we base on how like right because I think they were only doing like $300, $400 increment or something like that during the auction. So right, so I have to assume this helmet sold for like 8,000, right? Yeah, man, fuck it, yeah. Yeah, man, I guess someone really loved the big bad Beetleborgs now.
I mean,
you know?
look, if I could have gotten it for a steal, I'd have fucking made that bid. Cause
yeah,
man.
man.
It's like, hey, nobody would remember this, right? Okay, great. Oh shit, someone else remembered what this is. Fuck.
No, hey, look, don't worry, look. There's 400 more items next year for us to try our luck with. You know, if we start pulling our money now, you know, right, we'll be ready. Look,
Yeah.
look, they're gonna lower the barrier to entry, so we'll be fine. You know, right?